People are still talking about Chelsea versus Arsenal and getting a bit too excited, aren't they? Anyway, so we have moved on from Chelsea versus Arsenal match after seeing that MMA approach from Chelsea, which is a bit I think in the grand after the match everyone got excited, but when you scrutinize it a bit more, I think you get to understand that you know what Chelsea brought out a very aggressive side of it. They played like Newcastle, the way Newcastle approach Arsenal games, very direct, very rough, very aggressive. And Sunderland, what Sunderland did to us, but they were absolutely evil in their approach. They were going out to hurt us. But yeah, it just shows how big we are. It shows that Arsenal are the team to beat, and they were playing full of emotions. They were so emotional, Chelsea, in that match, and they wanted to prove everyone right, to prove everyone wrong, actually, that, Arsenal are not the big team. But I think, yeah, it's fine. Away from home, Arsenal, it was a good result in the end. We move on. We wanted a win. We didn't get it, but there was no point killing ourselves when I think we are going to be more consistent over the season. I can't see Chelsea playing consistently and with the way they play. I think they're going to lose a lot more games than us. Nevertheless, Arsenal are back home on the Wednesday night kickoffs, and we're going to be playing Brentford. Bournemouth. I'm going to be playing Brentford. So, Brentford, from what I have seen, are really poor away from home, but you should never, ever, ever discount a team because form depends on the team you play. There are certain teams you play, and it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to be struggling just because of the way they play, their game. And yeah, although I'm not scared of Bournemouth, I want to see our head to head. So I haven't really deliberately. I haven't gone out and done all this research because I don't want to sound cleverer than I am and pretend as if I know exactly how things go. So Arsenal Brentford last in April, it was a 1-1 draw. Let's see who scored here. No, I won't bother. And then it was 3-1 away. It was 3-1 when we went to Brentford. So yeah, something like that. But usually Arsenal are at the top. But I remember in April, things were going really wrong. Lots of injuries. We still have a lot of injuries. From what I've heard, I think Saliba hopefully should be back. Now, Hincapié and Mosquera played really well, except from the set pieces and the transitioning. But you have to remember, Saliba was ruled out on the day that he's not going to play. So whatever preparations they had made had to be redone. And just the aggression from Chelsea, it was really going to be difficult, even when Saliba or Gabriel were there. But I probably would have been able to bypass them a lot easily in transition. But with Mosquera and Hincapié, it was a bit more tentative, but they played really well. They were really solid. Apart from that set piece, Chelsea didn't look like scoring from any other position because David Raya did a good job as well. So if we've got Raya in goal, which certainly looks like it's going to be, no reason why it shouldn't. Timber as our right back. Timber needs a rest, in my opinion. Please, can we consider getting Ben White up and running? Timber needs a rest because this guy, he had a very, very long November playing big teams. I mean, we played Tottenham, Bayern, and he was absolutely magnificent. Then, of course, this Chelsea Kung Fu MMA craziness match. It was like WWE at some points. Give him a rest, but he's probably going to start because we need stability in the back. So our fullbacks need to be quite consistent if our centre backs are not consistent. So Timber and Califury fullbacks, and then it could be Mosquera and Hincapié again, or Saliba might be back, and then we'll see Saliba, Hincapié. We'll see. Our midfield trio of Eze, Zubimendi, Rice. Now, I would like to see Norgard come in for Zubimendi. We need a change. Even Rice, rest him. Let's see how Norgard does. Or rather, if we're going to start these three, make sure Norgard comes in pretty early in the second half, like 60 minutes in, put him on, let him get going, because we do need to rotate at some point. Zubimendi, I've got beef with in terms of whatever. He's great, whatever. But I think he means that Rice has to put in an extra shift to protect him because defensively he hasn't got the psyche of the Premier League. These guys, yeah, they don't give you time to breathe and it can be very challenging. But otherwise, offensively, I think he's pretty good and we have benefited from his influence. Emirates Eze had a really bad game against Chelsea in terms of like he was bullied, he was assaulted. And yeah, it was pretty nasty because he couldn't, he needs 1-2 touches to get things moving. And there was no chance for a second ball because if you stay for more than 2 seconds on that ball, they're going to come and kick you. So Eze should start there. Or if he doesn't, yeah, he'll start. Saka definitely on the right wing, but I wouldn't mind seeing Noni Madueke there to give Saka a rest. I think Madueke would be better up there. And then I wish they could play Gabriel Martinelli up front instead of Merino, but we know Bestie Arteta is not going to do that. So we've got Merino in centre forward and then Martinelli on the left until we see Trossard back, who I miss greatly. But it could be Madueke instead because Martinelli didn't have a great game against Chelsea. There was not too much influence. He had a great shot, a couple of good shots. One of them was on target and he missed the... Chelsea keeper made a great save. So yeah, it was pretty good. Let's have a quick look at how Brentford usually line up. So this isn't definitely, remember, there'll be changes towards the nearer the game, but this is how they lined up in their previous game with Callagher. And then the back four, the Callagher and goal, the back four of Hinkie, Van der Berg, Nathan Collins, and Michael Coyote, holding midfielders of Jordan Henderson, Matthias Jensen, and then they've got that sort of attacking midfield, which I really, really like. I really like this when they're going. They can give you, a pretty decent game. Sade, Damsgaard, Ouattara, and then Igor Thiago as well up front. He had a nice goal over the weekend. He did his thing, I think a penalty. I don't know what I saw anyway, but yeah, so that's pretty good. Now, in terms of predictions, I think Arsenal are going to win this. I think all the big 3 teams who are playing off this midweek games are going to win, to be honest. Let me see the other games. And then on the other Wednesday game that we can sort of see, you guys, Liverpool are playing Sunderland. Now, Sunderland gave Arsenal a torrid time. Another team who played like Chelsea, except without the venom. Sunderland sort of have the blueprint on how to frustrate and to challenge Arsenal. Basically, do not let them settle on the ball. And it was good, we had some good performances, but yeah, so let's see. Liverpool are pretty vulnerable. I'm not going to go for an away win. Oh, I would love to see it. I'd love to see it. Come on, Sunderland. Probably win or draw. Liverpool, Sunderland win or draw. Chelsea are going to be playing Leeds on Wednesday. So now this one, Leeds almost beat or drew against Manchester City. I don't know how they are physically. I don't know how motivated Chelsea are going to be playing Leeds. But we'll see what happens. I hope Leeds beats them because Chelsea are now my new favorite club to hate. And usually I give Chelsea a lot of credit because I think they've got such amazing players in certain positions. I love Enzo Fernandez, for example. João Pedro, I've sort of lost interest in because he hasn't been as good as he was at that World Club, whatever. Probably the way they're playing has changed a bit and he's still not in it. But yeah, that Chalobah guy gave Arsenal a torrid time, whining, whatever. But, gamesmanship and whatever. They got what they wanted. Edra. Wolves relegation fodder are going to be playing another relegation team, Nottingham Forest. But Nottingham Forest, I think, should do enough to beat these guys. And I've got a feeling they'll survive because their foundation, Notts Forest, is pretty decent, I think. Just a blip with that Ange mess they made. Hopefully, they don't suffer too much for making a huge mistake like that. Now, Brighton will be playing our contenders over the weekends, our opponents of the weekend, Aston Villa. Now, this game is going to be good, you guys, and it starts at the same time as Arsenal game, like the whatever. I'd have really liked to watch this game. I'll probably see if I can do it. But Brighton Villa, if I'm going for a Villa away win, they're good. Villa are that good. Let me see head to head. But Brighton also, Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck is the guy. Yeah, Villa. So Danny Welbeck is the guy, but Villa in April beat Brighton 3-0 away from home and drew. So I don't know how it's going to pan out this time around, but I wouldn't be surprised if Villa did the job, but it would be nice if it was just a draw so that they don't come in too confident over the weekend, which I am looking forward to the games on Saturday. So yeah, we've had a little bit of a look about with these games, but I am predicting, of course, that Arsenal are going to be beating Brentford. I don't think it's going to be a super easy game, but I think we do have the strategy. And Arteta is going to find a way to ensure that we win it even 1 or 2-0. I don't want us to concede a goal, so we need to go to clean sheets, and I'll be a happy Gunner. So yeah, guys, before you go, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and the usual thing, if you're new here, please do that. Help me out with a like or something. But otherwise, yeah, it's all guns blazing, guys, on Wednesday night. All guns blazing. Let me know what you think. Right? Thank you so much. Talk soon. Bye-bye.